Over the course of the last couple of days, we've been looking at how our decisions are impacted as far as when we need to buy our goods and services. Today, we're going to take a quick look at how the government makes a dent into that as well. We're going to look at how does the government impact the pockets of the citizens. Now, governments are just like businesses. They have to operate to provide the goods and services for the people as well. The government gets its money or its revenue from us in the form of taxes. Nearly most of, or all of the government's money comes strictly from the income taxes that individuals pay. Now, there's going to be a different classification of taxes. Taxes are going to be classified according to the effect in which they have on those who are taxed. Now, the first type of tax we're going to look at is a progressive tax, and a progressive tax is going to affect the individual depending on how much they make. It's going to impact them depending on their income. As their income increases, the tax rate on them increases. Our U.S. income tax is a progressive tax. Those who are rich, they get taxed more heavily than those who are of a lower income. The next type of tax that we have is a regressive tax. It's going to be the exact opposite of a progressive tax. And regressive tax is going to be a simple fee or a simple tax that's going to affect everybody in the same way. It's going to impact those who are lower income more so than those who have more money. The example I can use is if a person makes $10 an hour and then you have another person who makes $30 an hour, if there's a $10 tax that must be paid, that person who's making $10 an hour is going to get hit in the pockets more than the person that's making a lot more, the person that's making that $30 an hour. I hope that example makes sense. The next type of tax that we have is a proportional tax. Most taxes, such as sales taxes and cigarette taxes and gas taxes, are going to be considered proportional taxes. The next type of tax we have is going to be an excise tax, and that's going to be an example that follows or works hand in hand with the proportional tax. An excise tax is going to be something that's charged to the sale of a particular good or item, such as gas or cigarettes. Now, the federal and state government work together in federalism, which we've talked about throughout the year. Most of the revenue in which our state gets comes from the national government. So the national government feeds our state money. But our states need more money as well. So they do the same thing in which the federal government does. They tax the citizens as well. In the states, they have sales tax that we must pay on items, and that's going to be a tax that is levied on consumer purchases. That's what we have on our clothes, food, whatever. We have a state-level income tax that's going to be just the same or similar to our national income tax. For our local governments, they need money just like our state and our federal governments need money, so they impact our pockets as well. At the local level, we also have local income taxes and local sales taxes. At the local government level, we have to pay for property taxes. If you own a home, if you own a car, you have to pay a tax on those items. So the local government gets money just like the state and the federal government gets money. Other sources of our local government income comes from our water and our utility systems, fines that you pay for parking or when you break the law, and then they generate a lot of money in which helps the government. So there are pros and cons to the government and their taxes. They help us out, but at the same time, they put a dent in our pocket as well. That's it for tonight. Thanks.